And tonight on our Great American panel, he is a former California congressman and chairman of the House Armed Services Committee. Duncan Hunter is here. He is a political editor for NPR and also writes for the Political Junkie blog at npr.org. Ken Rudin is with us, and she is the founder and the president of the Deirdre Imus Environmental Center for Pediatric Oncology at Hackensack University Medical Center. She's also the author of The Essential Green You. She's also the wife of radio talk show host and friend Don Imus. Deirdre Imus is here. Now, by the way, I know you've had a tough week, and I hope you're holding up okay.
What do you mean? Tough, Sean?
Well,
what?
the announcement about you.
My husband has cancer.
Yeah, your husband has cancer. And by the way, I listened to him talk about it today, and he had me in tears laughing. And I'm not going to say what the joke was that got me laughing, but so he's got it. Obviously, he's doing well, and they got it early, and so we think he's going to be okay.
We think? No, he's going to be okay.
Well, that's what he said. I'm quoting him.
Early stage 2 prostate cancer, and our main focus is to get treatment to get the best wiener warranty.
You said it. All right. That was his line, and I thought it had me in tears as I was driving. So, all right. Now let's move on to Tim Geithner. Should he be fired?
I think you got a lot of reasons. I think you got a lot of reasons, but I think you've got one that's far beyond the bonuses, Sean, and that's this. AIG sent out about $40 billion in taxpayer funds across the ocean to foreign banks. Nobody in the administration apparently knew about it, or if they knew about it, they kept it from the American people. And we've discovered now that
this is 20 or 30 billion, so people know that we're bailing out with taxpayer dollars foreign banks.
The biggest French bank got 11 billion. Deutsche Bank of Germany got 5.4 billion. So we sent out 100 times those bonuses to foreign banks. In fact, of the 22 banks that AIG spread this money around to, 16 of them were foreign banks. Now that means that here you have foreign companies that had American securities, most of which had not defaulted. And we went out and paid 100 cents on the dollar to buy the securities back. Those foreign banks take that money and they buy American assets at 10 cents on the dollar.
That's one aspect of it, but the bonus is another aspect of it, and the enormity is a third aspect. But I'm going to tell you the biggest one, Ken, that's bothering me. This is a Democratic cover-up. That Geithner lied. I was shocked on March 10th. Just like Chris Dodd on St. Patrick's Day said, I had nothing to do with it. It's the Dodd Amendment. These guys lied to the American people. They feigned outrage, and I'm tired of their phoniness.
Well, look, we're talking about Lie to Me, which is on Fox on Wednesday. Let's talk about some other thing what's going on right now.
What do you mean Lie to Me is on Fox on Wednesday?
It's a TV show.
Oh, okay.
No, but regardless of who's lying and who's not.
One-show guy here.
I love the show.
Listen, all I care about is Hannity.
Here's the more important thing. Tim Geithner will be fired when he becomes a political liability for Barack Obama. He hasn't reached that point yet. Barack Obama, before he went to California, he did his Tom Eagleton, I'm behind you 1,000%. Remember he said that?
To Jeremiah Wright.
Well, but he said he supports him. So until that happens, right now the Democrats are going after the AIG employees who are getting the bonuses. But until Tim Geithner becomes a liability, a political liability, then he's dispensable. Remember, on the day...
Hang on a second. Let me bring Dave. I love your husband when he calls them weasels. These are weasels.
He is. Geithner's a weasel.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's lied, and bottom line, there's a crisis in confidence.
Yeah.
Just like we're seeing in healthcare and the food industry. I mean, you look at we're past that toxic tipping point. Geithner's toxic, get him out.
Yeah, look, if all I'm asking for here, people are losing their kids' college fund, they're losing their retirement. How about shooting straight with us? I'm so shocked. Apparently he goes on Leno, and we'll show us a cut of this, and he said he had no idea that this happened. I don't believe him.
Well, of course. I mean, it's intellectually dishonest, and they know it.
Yeah.
I mean... He's out. Get him out.
All right, let's speak of Leno. We got a cut, and apparently, by the way, when does this guy ever work? All he does is go before crowds, town meetings. Maybe he could figure out the economy. This is part of what happened on Leno earlier.
The immediate bonuses that went to AIG are a problem, but the larger problem is we've got to get back to an attitude where people know enough is enough, and people have a sense of responsibility, and they understand that their actions are going to have an impact on everybody. And if we can get back to those values that built America, then I think we're going to be okay. Ultimately, I'm now the guy who's responsible to fix it. Right. And one of the things that I'm trying to break is a pattern in Washington where everybody's always looking for somebody else to blame.
That instill confidence in you?
That's funny. When Republicans are in, it's called accountability. And when the Democrats are in, it's pointing fingers. You know, the next thing they're going to get onto, Sean, is this $1 trillion that is going to be pumped into this economy that was announced today. You're going to have the same guys that, whoops, didn't quite see the bonuses, didn't see the $40 billion going to foreign banks, moving $1 trillion into the economy. It's going to have a massive inflationary impact. And what these guys ought to be going to right now is Reagan economics, supply-side economics, where you leave a few bucks in the pockets of those small business owners.
I want to tell you,
and you
know what the thing they're most afraid of? They're afraid the rest of their agenda doesn't get passed. That's what they, don't you agree?
Yeah.
They want health care. They want cap and trade. They want to get all the agenda passed. So they're willing to just race all this through, scare the crap out of the American people. And it's worked so far, but I think this ends it. What do you think?
But also watching him on Jay Leno, isn't he the first president they said?
First one, yeah.
What is he doing? Does he realize he's president? He won? I mean, every time I see him, even at town meeting, and he's with the governor of California, and he acts like he's still on the campaign trail, like he's campaigning rather than taking charge. He even had a comment.
He's addicted to the adulation. Real quick.
When he left Washington 2 days ago, he said, I'm going to go out to meet the voters. Obviously, it's part of the same campaign. And he has Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's an enabler for him, because Schwarzenegger agrees with the budget, agrees with the stimulus, unlike other governors.
We'll take a break. Time to check in with Greta Van Susteren, standing by for a sneak peek of what's coming up in 22 minutes when Greta goes on the record tonight. Greta.
Good evening, Sean. And guess what you could do with $165 million? You, Sean, could have 2,600 Cadillac Escalades and so much more. We're going to tell the American people just what is $165 million that everyone's calling chump change. It's not chump change. Plus, one congressman says Geithner's got to go. He's going to be here. Plus, we'll pick up on what you said with Jay Leno. We've got tape from that. And here's the wild card, Sally Field. I know Sean wants to know, what is Sally Field doing on the record tonight? But Sean's going to have to wait. I'm not telling him. No special help for Sean.
I want to see, but I actually saw her in a movie this weekend, and she's a terrific actress, so. If I'm wrong, didn't she?
Well, you tell me what's behind that puzzle, and I'll tell you why Sally Field's done.
That's not, no deal. I'm not giving it away. All right, Greta, in 21 minutes from right now. And we have more with our Great American Panel coming up right after the break. That's all straight ahead.